What's good, Josh? It's Makai. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and every subscriber helps. Over my channel, we make content daily NBA content. So if you enjoy NBA as much as I do, please subscribe. We're trying to hit that 500 subscribers, so you know what I'm saying? Just subscribe. You know, if you like the video, if you like basketball, all that stuff. Just subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, the Golden State Warriors this season, they had a very, very up and down kind of season. At times they look, solid, but overall I would say they missed the playoffs. And I'm not saying that that's Steph Curry's fault or anything, but I think it's more on the, the organization for not getting him the pieces he needed to really even do anything this year. But this year was kind of going to be a wash as soon as Klay got injured, so I'm not really going to blame him for this season. But taking James Wiseman over Melo, that was one of the craziest things I ever saw. And like, there's reasoning behind it, like, basketball reasons. He's a center, they didn't need another guard, but you don't do that, bro. But this video is not about that. This video is about this season, what they should do this year, how they're gonna let Steph Curry and Klay and Draymond compete for another title. This season they cannot use those 2 lottery picks to pick anybody. They cannot take 2 more rookies on along with James Wiseman and have 3 rotation players be basically dudes who can't really contribute. If they do that, Stephen Curry will never ever win another ring. He's never going to another finals with the Warriors. So if they want, to let Steph be able to be great and do, good things, they have to trade him. And there are so many trades they could do. There are a lot, but it's just a matter of, when. But I feel like with the Damian Lillard situation, Damian Lillard is taking so long to admit he's running from the grind. He's taking so long to admit that he wants to leave Portland, that a trade for him is not really going to fizzle out before the season starts. I think if he does get moved, it's probably going to be during the season because he's trying to make it work for Portland so bad, but it's so clear it's not going to work. Like, just stop wasting everybody's time. That's another story. But with Bradley Beal, he's another guy. I want to stay, with my team. And he's eligible for a Supermax. He's eligible for a gigantic deal he's probably never going to see again. So Bradley Beal could possibly be off the market. But there are other trades for, good players who could add a lot to the Warriors right now. Like, a trade I think they should look at for sure is definitely Jeremy Grant. They can do the 7th pick. They can do the 14th pick. And they can do James Wiseman with Jeremy Grant right now. And Jeremy Grant, he's a good creating wing, a good creating 2-way wing. And I think his defense and his, kind of secondary creation, I think that's what he really is, a secondary creator. I think that along with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and whatever center, Kevon Looney, I think that is going to have them, the Golden State Warriors competing really, really well this season. And this season, the Western Conference is as open as it's ever been. The Lakers are aging. They're coming off injury, so they had some good rest, so I think they're gonna be alright. But they're aging. LeBron's gonna be 37. AD is always banged up. You never know what's gonna happen with them. Kawhi Leonard is out for the year, so you can eliminate the Clippers. Jamal Murray is out for most of the year, so you can kind of write off the Denver Nuggets. I think Golden State is firmly in the mix with teams like Utah and Phoenix and, the Lakers. I think Golden State can firmly be in the mix, but they do need to trade. But they cannot stay how they are right now. They have to make a move. And I think another trade you should look at is definitely Christian Wood. Right now, you can get Christian Wood for kind of the low, because I think Christian Wood is still developing into something more. But right now, I think his value is probably those Golden State lottery picks. I think it's probably James Wiseman as well. And I think, keeping Wiggins in some of these deals that I just mentioned, keeping Wiggins along with Grant, that's amazing for them because Wiggins, he's on a max deal, right? But he's a good NBA player. He might have been, whatever you want to say about him going #1, whatever. Right now, he's a good, kind of 2-way wing. He's not the greatest defender in the world, but he's good on that end. He's not the best offensive player, but, at times he can go get his own shot. He can move with the ball. So I think, keeping Wiggins in these deals is a really, really big help. But the moves that I think are going to help Golden State the most and really make them really to be feared in the Western Conference is when they make a move for Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, along with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond, is probably going to the finals, if I'm not mistaken. But at bare minimum, I think that's a Western Conference Finals team. But they would have to pay a whole lot. It would have to be the 7th pick, the 14th pick, James Wiseman. It probably have to be Andrew Wiggins. And if the Wizards ask for like Jordan Poole or Eric Pascal, ask for somebody like that, I'm definitely doing it. Because right now, you have to go all in. Stephen Curry is not getting any younger. Draymond's not getting any younger. And we kind of have to see what Klay is going to be when he comes back from injury. Klay Thompson is really a big swing factor for Golden State for me this season because if he comes back and he can't guard a limit, so I'm not worried about his shooting. Shooting, that usually doesn't go away with injury. He's always gonna be, you know, top 2 shooter on planet Earth. But if his defense, if he comes back and his defense is not the same, and he can't be that backcourt, you know, tandem with Steph Curry that was, you know, taking the toughest backcourt assignment night after night. If Klay Thompson come back and cannot be that, the Golden State Warriors' biggest, you know, hope is that they have to, you know, really cook dudes on offense. Like, they really have to outshoot, you know, a lot of people. And Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and, you know, whatever great offensive star, I think is more than capable of, you know, outscoring a lot of teams. But the one that I want to see happen the most, and I'm not a Warriors fan, but I like good basketball. I like Steph Curry. I like, you know, when Steph Curry's in the playoffs. I like seeing Steph Curry, you know, compete. So I would love to see them get Damian Lillard. Now, it would cost a whole lot. Like, it would cost 7, 14, Wiseman, Wiggins. I'm definitely asking for Jordan Poole if I'm Portland. And then I'm asking for a bunch of future firsts and a bunch of future swaps. Like, it would take like a huge kind of deal, like a Paul George, like even it would take like an Anthony Davis kind of deal to get Damian Lillard to Golden State. And for those saying, you know, Steph Curry and Dame Lillard wouldn't work together, I can't see a world where Steve Kerr, he might not be the best coach, but he does know how to run an offense. He does know how to run a smooth sailing kind of offense. Steve Kerr would definitely figure it out. Can you imagine Damian Lillard going to sit down on the floor and Steph Curry is still on the floor and vice versa? Like, imagine Damian Lillard is doing like a pick and roll up top and you got Stephen Curry running around. How is the defense going to be able to focus on any one of those two? That offense would create and generate so many open threes that I can't see them, you know, going down easy in any series. Like, I would honestly say that Stephen Curry, Dame Lillard in the same backcourt is probably going to the finals in the West. But would they beat Brooklyn? That we have to see that, because Brooklyn will be banged up. But the whole point of this video, right? If the Golden State Warriors do not make a move, and the draft is on Thursday, I think that their best case scenario is if they kind of have to. I would love to see them get a deal done before Thursday, because 7 and 14, they're not the best picks, and really the Golden State Warriors assets, they are solid assets. Like 7 is a good pick, 14 is a solid pick. James Wiseman has some upside even though he's injured, and they have, you know, guys at the end of the bench like Poole and Pascal. Their deal is kind of, you know, quantity over quality. Like, it's not like it's the 4th pick or the 3rd pick. It's not like they're, you know, selling you Anthony Edwards or LaMelo. But they're selling you a bunch of good stuff that if you're already kind of in the rebuild swing like Detroit is, like Houston is, like if you're kind of in that already, it's a great way to kind of jumpstart your rebuild. I really like that a lot. But if they pick players at 7 and 14, now a trade becomes kind of hard to, you know, execute, because now you're basically just giving teams players that they probably didn't want or probably weren't going to pick if you had given them the pick beforehand. So I think if those picks become players, it's going to be immensely hard, and I think we probably won't see a deal in that scenario. But yeah, man, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I really think that the Golden State Warriors, I think they're going to get a move done, but it's going to take some waiting. It's going to take some patience. And, you know, it's been good to see that they're talking a lot. They're talking to a lot of teams. I forgot to mention, they've been talking to the Pacers about Miles Turner. And you can somehow ask for, like, you know, TJ Warren on the side. I think adding Turner and Warren to this team is going to make them a fun, competitive team. But I don't think, you know, in the end, they're selling all that. But we'll see about that. But the Warriors have been aggressive. Like, obviously, they've been you know, sniffing around deals. It's been reported that they've been looking at Dame, they've been looking at Beal. Like, they've had their hand in a lot of places. Like, I like that. Like, I like to see that they're trying, like, actively to do something. But yeah, man, I think the Warriors are going to be solid next season, and I think it's going to be with a trade. If they don't trade anybody, first round, second round, exit, who knows. But yeah, if you saved in this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.